So what are your thoughts after looking at these guys on film?
Yeah, I think they're Southern Miss is a pretty talented defense. They got a great front seven. They'll play a bare front the majority of the times. The DNs, defensive tackles, linebackers are always standing up, stunting around. So, and they do that to try to make it tough on the O-line to make their IDs, and that's why they're at the top of the conference in sacks, because they try to make it difficult for offensive linemen, and that's why they're always moving and stuff like that. So I think the coach has got a great game plan in for that. And then their back guys, their secondary. I think their base defense is cover 4 with 2 high safeties, middle field open most of the time, but they'll switch it up. And those corners, they'll bail, they'll press, and they'll trap sometimes. So I think that's why their defense is successful, because they try to make it tough on the offensive linemen, but they also try to play games with the receivers and quarterback. So we're just going to be disciplined in our reads, and I think the coaches have a great game plan coming into this week.
Face another elite quarterback in Jack Abraham this week. Is that something you relish, facing the other top quarterbacks in the conference?
I really don't look at it as a competition, and I would say I'm actually pretty close to Jack. We met down there at that passing academy, and we hung out quite a bit and became friends. And I respect him as a person and as a player. When I'm a fan watching football, I like what he does. I like what the offense does. But to be honest, here in the past 2 weeks or a week and a half, I really haven't watched a lot on him. It's more about the defense than anything. But I respect him as a player and a person.
You've had a lot of success against Southern Miss in the past. Does that change your mindset going into this game at all?
No, not at all. And probably the cause of the success is preparing the right way throughout the week and going in there with the mindset of reset. Southern Miss is a great defense, and they're fast, they're physical. And if you go in there thinking, I've had past success, so we're going to do it, that's where it'll get you. That's where it'll bite you in the butt. So it's reset and attack, because if you don't, they'll heat you up and you'll have a bad game. So it's dialed in at this point.
I feel like you kind of found a groove there a little bit throwing the ball against Houston.
Yeah, I think so. Especially that second half and that third quarter. I think we just kind of, came in and attacked and relaxed. I felt like that first half as an offense felt like we were pressing. We get behind early. I feel like we're pressing, and I think, on the sideline, that's what I was telling most of those guys. We kind of got a lot of young guys trying to step up, and I've been in that same situation. And you're kind of timid. You don't want to mess up. And, you're kind of playing in the yellow, as Coach would say. But, they just got to relax and let's just go play ball, do what we have practice. And really just – I felt like in that third quarter we really just relaxed and played ball and didn't worry about making mistakes, just going out there and playing football, the game we love. And I think that it worked as an offense as a whole. And that's why we were able to kind of have more success there in that second half against Houston.
Have you all been pretty relaxed during the bye week?
I think, it's a combination of being locked in and then not being timid or tight during the football or during meetings. I think you got to find the right balance of being dialed in, but also not putting the pressure on yourself to where, man, if I screw up, I'm going to get chewed out, I'm going to get pulled out. It's kind of just being like relaxed, but also being mentally locked in. It's all about balance.
As a player coming off the loss y'all had against Houston, would you rather go into a bye week to kind of settle down and prepare for the next game, or move straight on with the program?
I think you got to learn from the film, and that's what Sundays are for. As a team, you come in here, you look at yourself in the mirror, you realize what you did wrong, you're hard on yourself, you criticize yourself hard, you say what you could have done, and then you try to implement it, and you fix the problems on Sunday, then you move on. Then it's you carry a little bit of tools and experience. It's more about you bring experience with you as the season goes in. Like maybe seeing cat blitzes where they bring in a corner and you miss it on Saturday. Like, okay, I missed that corner blitz Saturday. I know I'm not going to let that happen again. You learn from your past experience, but you move on and you reset to putting in the new game plan and really resetting mentally and physically about letting that loss go, being happy, having great body language, and being a leader on the field and off.
How have you guys adjusted without Rico the last couple of weeks?
It's tough. And I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't tough. Rico's a heck of a player. I love the guy on and off the field, and we're pretty close. And I thought we had a pretty good relationship on and off the field. So, on the field, at first it's tough losing them, but I think the younger guys are now realizing, hey, I can't wait 2 or 3 years to step up. It's now. I step up now, and a lot of those younger receivers, those outside receivers, are realizing that, and they're putting in work. They're working harder than ever. We're throwing every day after practice to find the team chemistry or find the chemistry to get on the same page. And, I'm telling those guys, there's no such thing as a freshman. And, I need y'all to play at a high level. And, it's tough for me asking, but I need them to play like seniors instead of younger guys.
A couple of guys mentioned going into conference play that they want to go undefeated in conference play. The urgency is there. Do you kind of feel that, not urgency, but this team kind of coming together and being like, this is the time to step up?
Yeah, I think, you got to make sure when the urgency is coming, you don't put that pressure on us, because I think if you put pressure on yourselves, you're going to press. And, we have high expectations, but you just got to realize, with that press, you're putting pressure on yourself, you're not going to have as much fun. And I think, especially during practice and during the grind of the season, you got to enjoy this. You got to remember why you play the sport. It's the love of the game. It's because, you enjoy every day going out there playing with your brothers. You enjoy me throwing the pigskin, throwing into defenses, throwing a spiral and stuff like that. You got to remember, why you play the game. And I think with that, you take it 1 week at a time and, try not to look ahead. And, what happens, happens, as long as you can deal, as long as you can live with it.
Mike's really come on these last couple of weeks, especially since Rico went down. Why do you think he's become such a bigger part of the offense?
Right, I think, Mike had a big year sophomore year, kind of went off junior year. That's just because we've had weapons, and with a guy like Rico going down, Mike's always going to be that guy it's always kind of in my safety net. No matter what, I can count on Mike, and that's kind of just how it's been. When stuff goes bad, when a play breaks down, or it's third and medium, or a guy I can count on it. I know what routes Mike's good at, and I know where he's going to be at, and Mike always makes the play. And I know he's going to be the most mentally and physically tough guy, and I can always count on him. I think that's why he stepped up. He's realized, hey, this team, is trying to overcome an obstacle with losing one of our best talented guys, and he's just going to step up and do what's best for the team. I think, he's seeing more looks his way, and he is getting a little bit more snaps in now that Rico is down. I think he's getting more percentage of the snaps, which, and doing math, he's going to get more looks.
What's made Mike so effective throughout the course of his career? I mean, you're looking at it now. If things play out like it looks like it's going to, he's going to be in the top 10 receptions in the history of this program.
I can tell you it's probably hard work and a chip on his shoulder. I feel like Mike has a lot of the same mindset, personality traits as myself. And, I think his whole life he's kind of been doubted and doubted. And, me and Mike always are trying to get everyone up. And we say, you're going to get that dog in you. Because, it's just something we talk about, as leaders. Mike's got that dog in him. When I say that dog, he's got that nasty mentality, that tough mentality, just because he's kind of been, he's on the smaller end his whole life. So he's got to put in the effort. He's just got to be a little bit more nastier and physical than all the other guys. And I think that comes with hard work and his preparation and his mental mindset. I think that's what makes him great. Not really none of the talent or anything like that, but it's literally just hard work. That's what's made him successful.
Just a good guy to have around.
Yeah. I think he's been a great guy to have around since he stepped foot on this campus as a walk-on, and now look at him. He's a very big piece of the puzzle for why this program is going in the direction it is, because he's someone who does things right on and off the field, and a guy that just makes plays. And when you count out someone like Mike, some reason he always comes up with the play. He always makes that block. It's crazy. You watch film, and Mike's 5'10", 185, and he's going up against linebackers every single time trying to block on the run block, and he's blocking 220, 230-pound guys, and he's stopping them. He's stopping them in their tracks. And just someone like that, it shouldn't be able to do that, because there's guys other bigger that maybe shouldn't be able to do that, but he does. And that's where I talk about the mindset, the being physical tough, and just having that dog in him.
Do you support his goatee?
Yeah. Everything Mike does, I support, because I know Mike's he's a character, and whatever he does, I support it. He's got my back. He's got my 100% support in anything he does.
All right.
All right. Thank you.